Hi, I'm Dennis Pascual from BSAMT 2-1, and today I'm going to teach you how to edit your pictures in Adobe Photoshop CS5. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my instructional video. Okay, so like I said, today, so this is the Adobe Photoshop CS5. This is what most photographers use to edit their portraits. So as you can see, I have this very beautiful model right here. So now I'm going to edit her picture. So the first thing that I do is I create a new layer by pressing Ctrl plus J. I repeat, Ctrl plus J. Now, my first layer is going to be, I'm going to adjust the saturation of the background of the picture by pressing Ctrl plus U. See, now this is the saturation panel where you adjust the color of the picture. Now, since I'm going to adjust the background, I'm going to go to the reds and I'm going to adjust it. You can see the difference. Okay, so I think since it's the background, going around -14. Okay, then the yellows. Now this is the fun part. Look at the background. See, it turns into black and white. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with around -60. -60. Okay. Okay, you can see the progress bar right here. Now, look up the sky. See, cyan. You can see the difference. I'm going around -30 on this. And the blues as well, -30. Okay, so now we're done. Okay, so my next step will be to create a layer mask. Now what is a layer mask? A layer mask lets you adjust the main adjustment in the picture by clicking the right click on this icon right here, and I'm gonna set the color of the brush to white so I can cancel the effect on the subject, which is the model. So now the brush opacity 100% as well as the flow. I'm just going to brush. Okay, wait. Okay. Just brush. I'm sorry. You must create the color of the brush to black so you can cancel the effect. See? When I brush, the color of the subject returns to its former color. Although I'm only brushing the subject, so the background will remain the same and the subject will stand out. Okay. I need to decrease the size of the brush so the background doesn't get affected by the mask. You see the tannish color, that's her previous skin tone before I edited it. Okay. Now as you can see, the subject's color returned to her original color while the background is now desaturated, as you can see. Okay, let's just zoom the picture so you can see the effect. Okay, Now, I'm going to create a new layer so that it would be easy for me to delete some layers if I don't need them anymore by pressing Ctrl Alt Shift and E. The progress bar right here says merge visible. So I now have a new layer. So what I'm going to do with my new layer is I'm going to go to the saturation panel again, and now I'm going to change the color of the subject itself. So usually when I'm dealing with a person in the picture, the saturation for reds is -15. But since it actually depends on the environment that you're shooting from and the skin tone, so I'm going to range it to -32, as well as the yellows, -32. Okay. Now I'm going. Let's just wait for the progress bar. I'm going to create again a mask so I can cancel the effect on the background now, because I want the effect only to be at the subject and not the background. Okay. Now I'm going to brush the subject. Okay. I'm going to redo the layer because I think the color is too gray for the subject. Okay, so again, so as you can see, editing a picture is just plain trial and error because you play with the color, you play with everything. Okay, from the reds. I really think -16 is enough, and as well as the yellows, because when I used the -32 on the saturation, it became grayish, and that's not nice to look at. Okay, -16 is okay. Layer mask, brush, just brush the subject so that there we go. Okay, as you can see, let me zoom in. There's a slight change in the skin tone, so it's more classy than it is before. Okay, so now I'm going to add a new layer again to continue with my editing process. Now, what I'm going to do with my next layer is I'm going to soften her skin. So as you can see, especially in her face, that she has pimples right here. So I'm going to soften that up by clicking filter, then blur, then Gaussian blur. Set the radius to 20.0 pixels, press OK, and then create a layer mask again. And now press Ctrl I to invert the layer mask. Now I'm going to set the brush color to gray because I don't want much of the effect to be applied on, just a slight effect. So I'm going to adjust the opacity to 80% and the flow to 30%. So it would be the perfect combination in her skin tone. Okay. Going to adjust the brush line. So I'm just going to stroke it on her face. Simple as that. So as you can see, the pimples are starting to disappear because of the effect I'm using. Here's the effect. See? Pimples without pimples. Pimples without pimples. And now I'm going to apply the effect on her body. I mean the rest of her body. So that her body will be as soft as you can see in the picture right now. I'm going to adjust the brush size. Okay. So like what I said, editing is very complicated stuff because you play with everything just to make the picture look good. And as a freelance photographer, it's my job to make my clients very happy with their pictures. Okay, just let's brush it up on the legs. With her feet. Okay, just brush it up. Okay, so you can see the effect right here. Redo, undo, redo, undo. So you can see the effect. The skin is now softened. Now I'm going to add a new layer. And then I'm going to click the lasso tool so I can select just the subject. Okay, that's it. See, now it is selected. I'm going to press Ctrl M for the curves panel. Then preset, set the lighter, press OK. And since what I've done before, I add a layer mask to remove this and remain the effect on the subject itself. Brush color is black, so you can cancel it completely. Press brush, opacities 100%, and flow is also 100%. Now, just brush the excess effects. See? Simple as that. Okay. And then, after you're done with this, just add your watermark, add your name, and then you're done. So, like this. This is going to be your finished product. I'm going to open my previous work about this kind of editing, so you can see the exact outcome of my edit. This one. Okay, so I hope my instructional video you understood at least how to edit your pictures in Adobe CS5, and I hope I passed your subject, Sir Cornelio. Peace. Oh my god, the progress bar is so slow. Let's just wait for it. Okay, so I did this before. You can see, same mode of edit. Only this time I added the frame and I added my watermark, which is Delicado Photographer, which means the dangerous photographer. Well, it's kind of a long story actually, but point is, here's my finished product, and I hope you learned how to edit your pictures, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and God bless. So, after my video, I hope you've learned something from instructional video. I've taught you how to edit your pictures in Adobe Photoshop CS5. Thank you for watching, and God bless.